Hey everyone, how's it going? If you're new here, my name's Sam, and almost 5 years ago now I was diagnosed with the form of cardiomyopathy known as ARVC, and ever since I've been just documenting some of my experiences and journey on this YouTube channel. Today I wanted to make a really quick video, have a really quick ramble, because if you are new to this, it's not all bad, and hopefully this video is positive and will give you some hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel if you're going through a bit of a bad situation. Now, as we sit today, I am feeling perfectly well and healthy 5 years on. The last couple of years I've been living my life pretty close to near normal with some adjustments. Now, when I first went into hospital 5 years ago, I was very, very unwell. I had a low ejection fraction. I was having all sorts of heart arrhythmia problems and I was in and out of hospital for a while. I had an SICD that kept going off. It took me a while to get me onto the right medications and to get me stable. Now that process probably took a couple of years. Now I didn't feel unwell all of that time, but some of that time I had periods of being quite unwell, back to being good again, back to being unwell, and it's only really been recently that I've got, consistently been able to get on and live my life. But I am living a very good life, and cardiomyopathy has had some really positive effects on me, just the way I view life, my perspective now. When you've been at the sharp end of it and you've felt really unwell, you do really appreciate those days when you feel healthy. And because of that, I don't sit around and waste time anymore. I do want to live my life. I've still got an awful lot I want to achieve, which I am doing. But yeah, I go out there every day and, I grasp and seize opportunities. I appreciate more of the time that I do have with my family. And I just don't take things for granted anymore. I've become a little bit more selfish. I don't do the things anymore that don't really fit into my lifestyle, things that I don't necessarily want to do. I would say selfish in a good way. I'm very decisive now. I make decisions a lot quicker because in some ways I'm conscious that I feel great now, but that might not always be the case. My cardiologist has warned me that my condition could deteriorate further, and at some point in the future I might need a heart transplant. But I'm personally very good at compartmentalising those things. I can just put that in a box and, I will face that when that day comes further down the line. But for now, I'm out there, I'm living a very active life. I couldn't have imagined doing what I'm doing now 4 or 5 years ago. I could barely walk around the block. Now I'm doing about 15,000 steps every day. I've been allowed to go back to the gym, doing other light exercise. So, all of the things that I couldn't do previously, I'm now doing again, albeit I have to be a bit careful and manage my lifestyle accordingly. So, look, I just wanted to have that quick ramble. Hopefully that helps someone. If you're new to this, you're going through a bit of a rubbish time at the minute, things can get better. The treatment, the medications are getting better all the time. British Heart Foundation are working on some really exciting new projects at the minute as well. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'll see you soon.